Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Something really bizarre happened to me on my way home today, and it inspired me to think about other challenges that I'm dealing with in my life. So, a little bit of background. When I was a teenager, when I was 15 years old, I used to love to go to Burger King. And so, two reasons. I love their chicken sandwich, and also their soda fountains are outside the counter. It made it really easy to refill your soda many times. I used to have a big caffeine addiction. I still do, but soda was my go-to for the caffeine at the time. And I discovered that after I had quit eating all of that stuff, I felt so much better. I have been off of soda since I was 16 years old. I quit all added sugar in my diet when I was 17. I haven't had a chicken sandwich at Burger King since I was 16. And among other things, MSG and milk product, especially. I react really badly to milk products these days to the point that I can't even touch them. But so I'm far removed from all of those things, is what I wanted to say. There are a number of other things that I'm quite far removed from. Some of them I just outright react badly to, even if I accidentally consume small amounts to it now, mostly because I've detoxed it out of my system. But earlier today on the way home from CAC, all of a sudden I get this weird craving for Burger King, the chicken sandwich from Burger King. And it's like I had just eaten it like 10 minutes ago. I could literally taste how it tastes like. I could literally feel the atmosphere of sitting in a Burger King. I don't know where all that information came from. I was driving on a highway. There was no Burger King in sight, and I don't know why. And but do you know how long that craving lasted? About 15 seconds. The only explanation I can think of is maybe one of the students in the classroom. Because when I was their age, I was eating that stuff, right? Could have reminded me of a time in my life, right? That's the only explanation I can think of. But do you know what would have happened if I had pulled over and looked for a Burger King and went in to indulge in that craving? I probably would have gotten another craving today, tomorrow, the next day. And which one would you prefer? To have one craving every 15 years, or to have nonstop craving, having to give into it, having to spend money on it? I guess I could look up what the price of that meal is nowadays. It'd probably be a shocker compared to what I remember paying for it 20 years ago, right? Would you rather, actually, it might be depending on what you pay with, right? If you had gold coins in your pocket and you were buying Burger King, it's probably a lot cheaper nowadays that nobody wants it anymore, right? If you had fiat dollars, it's going to be way more expensive, right? If you have bismuth, it might go either way, right? Bismuth has kind of fallen in relative value over the last two, which is why it's a good buy right now, right? But imagine if I had given in on the way home, how many more cravings I would have, how many tons of bismuth I would have to give up to give into those cravings in the future, or I could have a craving every decade or so and laugh about it, right? So it's your choice, right? If you have a drug addiction, the worst kind of addictions are things that I have to do, right? So, for example, binge eating problems, workaholism, relationship drama, those things that I have to touch but moderate. Those are the worst kind of addictions. Things that I could just say goodbye to. Oh my God, that's easy, right? By comparison. That's why I've never gotten myself involved with nicotine or alcohol or fentanyl. I just don't want to touch it, right? If fentanyl were an essential drug, I'd be in huge trouble, right? All right, some thought experiments. Next time you have a craving, think about this. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.